Hello Friction Chicks, welcome back to the channel. I am Joanna. This is day 29 of 31 Days of Witches, and today's witch is the Hotel Transylvania Witch Maids. This is gonna be a whole lot of green, and as usual, I am starting with my eyes. I'm using a dark green for the lids and an olive green to give me under eye bags. They have green skin, but I don't feel like painting my face, so eyeshadow it is. I'm using a light green for a base and that same dark green and olive green for shadows. Now blending that down to my neck, you can see I already have most of the olive green on, and now I'm coming in with that nice dark green to carve out my cheeks and shade underneath my nose, the hollows of my shoulders, and under my neck. I'm using black eyeshadow to add in age lines because these witches are older and do have some wrinkles. Lastly, I added on black lipstick, and with that we are done. And here we are, all finished. Here is a look at the makeup. I used 3 shades of green just to play around with color, and I think it came out pretty good. I did add on a little bit of orange eyeshadow onto my nose and on my cheeks as well, because some of the witches, not all of them, but sometimes they have reddish blush on their nose and cheeks, so I added that in as another fun little detail and blended it out with my finger. I added on the age lines with black just to keep it kind of cartoony. I did attempt to add a wart boil thing onto my nose with a little bit of white face paint and then half outlined it with black eyeliner. It doesn't look like a wart or whatever, but it's there. It's a thing on my nose. Obviously, I added black into my eyebrows to match the wig, and speaking of the wig, y'all have seen this many a time before. I use it often. This time, and there goes my hat, it will not stay on no matter what I do. This time, I just heavily back-combed it to make it poofy and frizzy and messy because these witches do not have well-kept hair. I had to tape cardboard strips onto the inside of my hats because if I didn't do that, it would just repeatedly flop over and fall flat and not look good. And here we have the full outfit. It's not very accurate to the original source material, but it's the best I can do with what I have. These witch maids wear long black dresses with long sleeves. So to get long black sleeves, I have on this sheer long sleeve underneath this shirt that has white ruffles and buttons up the front and a collar. And I chose this layering situation because 1, it gives me the long sleeves, and 2, the white shirt gives me somewhat of an apron look because they do have the white apron that covers their chest and their legs over top of their dress. There's a lot of layering going on here. Since you can't really see, I'm going to explain it. The shirt part is just the white piece, and there is a black piece that goes down to like my hips like a full-length shirt usually would. However, this shirt is apparently too small for me. I cannot get the zipper up, and you can see that the buttons are struggling. So this shirt will go in the donation bin after this video, but I pulled it because this shirt really gives maid vibes and I needed something to mimic an apron. I also did very crappily make their white cuffs out of cardboard and taped it closed around my wrist. The bottom half is even more layering. So like I said before, they have long black dresses, but I do not have my long black skirts with me at the moment. So instead, I took the cardigan that I used for Bellatrix Lestrange, folded it over itself, and then safety pinned it in the back to make a long black skirt. And then over top of that, to make an apron, I took an extremely long white cardigan that I have, also folded it around itself, and then safety pinned it onto my hips to get a white piece of fabric over top of my legs like an apron is. They also wear black and white striped tights underneath the dresses, so I have that on, and I also have my little black boots on because they have small black shoes. And I have my little witch broomstick again because these are witch maids. I feel like they need some type of cleaning supply, and this is what I have. I'm pretty sure almost everything I'm wearing is thrifted. The hat I found in the attic, we've had that since I was a kid. That is extremely old. The broom I thrifted recently, knowing I would need witch stuff for 31 Days of Witches. The long sleeve shirt, the maid shirt, the white cardigan, and the black cardigan were all thrifted. The shoes were a hand-me-down from my sister, and I think the socks are the only thing that I bought retail, but everything else was secondhand. Oh, and the wig is also extremely old, and I've had this since I was a kid. Almost entirely thrifted cosplay. That's pretty cool. I definitely do give witch, and I definitely do give maid. So I think I did what I needed to for this closet cosplay, even though it doesn't quite look like the original character. I think it is close enough, and I'm happy with it. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more witches, tune back in tomorrow for the next Witch of 31 Days of Witches. And if you want to see more of me in general, click the link in the description box below. There you can find Instagram, other Instagram, TikTok, and a whole bunch of other stuff involving me. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!